I'm a real estate professional. I'd like to share with you about a topic called home buying process. There are 10 steps of buying a home, and I'm going to share each step with you. Towards the end, I'm going to share what you should look for when buying a condo. So let's go into it. The first step is get educated. Now, there are a lot of resources out there that can help you get familiar with the home buying process, because buying a home nowadays can be complicated with all the real estate laws and also federal rules and regulations, stuff like that. So you want to get educated. And there are a couple of non-profit organizations out there that you can attend first-time home buyers classes. And they are located in Boston. Just to name a few. One is called MAHA, Mass Affordable Housing Alliance. They're located in Boston. And the other one is called ACDC, Asian Community Development Corporation. They're located in Chinatown. And also there are a lot of non-profit organizations in different towns. And you can go to your city website, and you might perhaps be able to search for those non-profit organizations. And there is a small fee for you to attend. And those classes will consist of mortgage, home inspection, real estate, attorney law, and also some other topics including insurance. So you want to get yourself educated and be familiar with the home buying process, if you will. The next one, financial due diligence. So before you talk to each lender or a lender, you will want to go to a website called www.freecreditreport.com or www.annualcreditreport.com. And you will want to look at your credit histories to make sure that you don't have any delinquencies that are outstanding with creditors. That will affect your credit scores and also your interest rate. And you might not be able to qualify for a mortgage if you have too many delinquency accounts or pending accounts that are in delinquencies. So that's the first thing that you should do. So let's say in a perfect world, if your credit scores are good and also you do not have any outstanding delinquency accounts, then you should talk to a lender and try to get a pre-approval letter, because there are a couple of benefits of getting a pre-approval letter. Number one, you sort of know what kind of interest rate that you're going to get. Number two, your down payment percentage, your monthly payment as well, and also what type of loan program that you might be qualified for. So those are the benefits of getting a pre-approval letter. And most sellers will look at the pre-approval letter. Without the pre-approval letter, they're not going to even negotiate with you. So the first step is to get a pre-approval letter from any lenders, including the lender that you have a bank account or bank accounts with. And also try to get a good faith estimate or truth in lending, if you will. It's called a closing costs. You want to know the rough estimate in terms of how much your closing costs is going to be, so you can budget accordingly. The next step is what type of loan program that you might be qualified for. And there are a few out there. Number one, conventional, which consists of 30-year fixed and 15-year fixed. 2020, adjustable rate, jumbo loan, VA, mass housing, 203K, just to name a few. And each lender will have its own loan programs to offer to different buyers. So make sure you check in with your lender about it. Number three, home searching analysis. Now, you want to know what is your current situation is in terms of tenancy. Are you renting? Is your lease is about to expire? Or do you still have time to look for housing? And if so, how much time do you need to close? So that you might need to renew your lease or try to ask your landlord to allow you to stay a few months, even if you have to pay penalties, so be it. But at least, give you time to close on the property. And what type of property that you might be interested in? A single family home, multi-family home, townhome, or a condo. So you're gonna know exactly what you're looking for. And within those properties, you will run into conventional properties, which they listed and sell by the owners, but they are going to be in the MLS listing. Number two, you're going to run into short sale and foreclosures, and each is going to be different. Conventional is listed by the listing agents and sell by the seller, and those could be quick closings, short sale, which means the seller is in trouble financially, and the property that they purchase versus the property that they might be able to sell is going to be short. It's going to be fall short of what they owe versus what they can sell, and that's what called short sale. And it could take 3, 6, 9 months, even a year or longer. So therefore, if you living in a rental property and your lease is about to expire, making sure you have time to close. And the next one is foreclosure. Foreclosure can be closed quickly as well because the bank owned the property outright, and therefore you can close the property within 45 days, 60 days, or even shorter. So those are the situations that you're going to be running into. And before you look at any properties, school system is very important, especially when you have a young family or to have a young family, because certain towns with school systems, the values tend to be higher. So therefore, making sure you do sufficient research in terms of what town and city that you want to live in. And also, do you want it near the T station, highway, churches, schools, retail stores, or a center, or close to your family as well? What type of homes are you looking for? What kind of style? How many bedrooms? How big is the yard? Do you want a garage? Do you want an up-ground pool or in-ground pool? Do you want a finished basement? And so, what type of heating? Gas or oil? So those are the important things to think about before you go out and look at properties. If you don't have an idea of what kind of properties, you can attend open houses without your realtor and check them out, so that they will give you an idea of what exactly are you looking for. And of course, each person situation is different. Some might be able to afford higher prices, and some might be able to afford lower prices. So each situation is different, but I'm just giving you a general picture of what you're going to be dealing with when looking at the property or properties. The next step is home searching process. Let's say you have an idea of what you're looking for. The next step is to work with an experienced real estate professional. That real estate professional will help you search for the right home. Now, before you hire a real estate professional, making sure you ask a lot of questions to make sure that he or she is able to answer your questions. And that's how you test the knowledge and experience of that realtor. If he or she stumble, you knew that either that realtor is either part-time or haven't sold a lot of properties. So even though that realtor has been in the business for a long time, but if he or she hasn't sold a lot of properties, which tells you that he or she doesn't have a lot of experiences during the difficult situations that you might be running into. So making sure you ask a lot of questions and making sure that you feel comfortable with the answers that they give you, so that at the end of the day, that realtor is going to act as your advocate to represent you throughout the home buying process. And thereafter, if you have a realtor in place, then you convey as much information as possible to your realtor to make sure that he or she is fully understood of what type of properties and towns and price range that you're looking for, so that you're not going to be around the bushes to trying to find any properties, because you worked, or most people work full-time, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. So therefore, you might not have time to beat around the bushes if you really want to buy within 3 to 6 months. So give as much information to the realtor, so that the realtor, when they see something, they will notify you, or they will send you listings from the MLS for you to attend open houses and communicate with that realtor on a regular basis, and vice versa. Now, as I mentioned before, when you found any properties that you like and you go out with your realtor to look at properties, the rule of thumb is do not look at any more than 5 properties. Because when you look at more than 5 properties, your mind will start to get confused in terms of which house located where, and what bedrooms each house consists of, and what kind of style, and how big is the yard, just to name a few. So do not view more than 5 properties each time that you go out to view properties. So that's important to know. The best is 3, but the maximum is 5. Now, any property that you like, put them aside and go back to view the second time. Now, bear in mind, with the market has just picked up, there are a lot of times where after you saw the property, it might be gone. So therefore, you might have to face with a quick decision, and you might be running into multiple bidding as well. So making sure you're ready. That's why the research comes in handy. They will help you. Well, the research and the information will help you to prepare when you find a home. Number 5, when you find a home, you are ready to submit the offer to purchase. And your realtor will help you to write up an offer to purchase. That will include offer to purchase, contingency addendum, agency disclosure, Massachusetts lead bank form, earnest deposit, and your pre-approval letter. Now, what information contained on each form, I will leave it up to your realtor to explain to you what each form means. And let's say if you submit an offer, and when the offer gets accepted, based on price, term and conditions, your borrow amount, your loan qualification, and also your closing dates.